Hello and welcome my friend, and then I am planning to show you that how to replace this Mercedes-Benz cars, this wheel and tire in our home, garage or in this road. And what tools we need. Okay, and then we need to go to take these our tools in here, what we need in this wheel and tire replace, and let's go to look those things. Okay, and there's really idea that I install my fingers in that area and I lift up this cover, and in here we can see this my tools and also this spare wheel and tire in that area. And we can install this cover in this up area. There is this switch what we can install in this position, and then this cover is like free in this up position. Okay, and in there we can see my tool package and those things, and let's go to look closer. Okay, and next purpose is to open this switch, and there is first this wheel nut, this opening tool. This is first thing what we need to take out, and then there is this brake and wheel, this stopper what we need also. This is very safety thing. And there is this more Mercedes hoist and crane, that tool. And this is for only emergency repairs and wheel and tire replace and change. And do not use this tool for any standard job, because this is plastic and this is weak. And that's we have to handle this carefully, like only in temporary emergency services. And next one is this plastic holder, and then there is this wheel, this tool cover, and in some car there is one bigger nut what I need to open, but in my case there is really alloy wheel in here. This is my spare tire, and I take that away in here. Good. And then this final area is like empty, and there are some electric cables, and now we can then go to work with wheel and tire area. Okay, and I found that kind of items in my this trunk area, and there is firstly this spare wheel and tire, and in my case this was same size than that one. And in some Mercedes cars we can purchase this standard size wheel and tire. Good. And then there is this wrench and tool that I can open these bolts, this socket, wheel socket. This is Mercedes part. And then there is this crane and hoist. This is only for emergency repairs and change, because this is made by plastic, and this hoist and crane, this damage really easily, and we can look that this my hoist has been damaged a little bit. Someone has been used that, but we can in emergency case use that. And then there is important this brake, stopping brake this tool what I need to install in some another brake and this wheel and tire, and this purpose is to eliminate this car movement in that way, but I installed that in some another wheel area. And of course, firstly I have to install this gear to P, park position, automatic transmission, and also handbrake on, that all brakes are like locked. Okay, and we can look my tools a little bit closer, that what they looks like. Okay, and now we can look closer, and this is really my Mercedes-Benz, this crane and hoist, and there is warning message: do not get under the vehicle that is supported only by jack. This is like only short, like emergency case jack, and this is really weak because these materials, they are plastic in here, and this is the issue. And be carefully, and this is only aluminium, and this is this steel brake, and this works so that I install that in this way. And let's look these items a little bit closer. Okay, and now we can look this Mercedes-Benz trunk doors jack, and this is really tool what is like original part in our Mercedes-Benz car, and there is even warning message because this jack can collapse. And now I take this warning message away, and there is instructions, interesting things that what to do. Okay, there is text warning before the use. There is thing that do not ever go in below of that car body X cross, and there is working load limit, and there is important that engage the gear, like in automatic transmission install P, and in manual number 1, and also set parking brake, and then secure vehicle with the wheel choke. This is this metallic black thing, and there are another things. But let's test. There are those information that this jack can maximum amount is 1000 kilos, what is about 2000 pounds, and then this can lift only in one wheel per step, and maximum amount is 30 millimeter, like 1 feet. And then there are specific positions in this car where I can only install that, and soon I will show those positions where they are. And this is really, when we look this part is white plastic, really interesting, and that material is aluminium. This is really liked, and that part is also plastic, and this is already broken. Someone has been used that, and that's we have to be really carefully when we use this device. And this device works so that I only rotate that, and then this part moves in up and down. This is easy to use. Only issue is this plastic. That's we have to be really carefully. Okay, and then we look another thing. This is this important thing. If we are in this hill and our car is in like sloped, this is like extra brake for some another feel than that one what we are installing. And now we go to install that in my cars, this another side, and let's go to do that firstly. Okay, and there is my front wheel. This is another wheel what I am not now replacing, and this is like stopper what stops like handbrake, and I install that just in this way. And its purpose is that now this my car, it don't go in that direction. Okay, good. And then we can go to open my wheel bolts. Okay, and then we have this the most difficult job in this emergency wheel replace, and this is that how we can open these bolts in here. And this is difficult job, but let's look at how I managed to do that. Okay, and this idea is that before of any lifting I install that my tool in here, and it is good to install this tool in a little bit in up phase than in that way. Let's look. And these bolts are really tight. And now when I try to open this my hands, this is almost impossible to do that. And let's repeat. If we are in situation that I try to, this is opening direction, these are so tight that I can't open. Oh, one opens. Good, I was lucky. How about then? This is tight. Okay, second opens also. Really, there is 5. And now we can see that I managed to open 2, but 3 is still stuck. And that's, we need to take our foot in like use. And now we start to open these bolts using our foot and feet. And if we are only like without any these boots or only sneakers, then we have to be carefully that we don't hurt our foot and this thing, because now I have to press this my tool in down in all of my force. And now when I managed to take that open, great. How about this one? This is actually good. And when I little bit press, I managed to open that one. This is already open. And then if we have really bad situation, I can go in here with my my full body weight and that way, and then I jump, and now it opens. But this jumping is really bit dangerous. Okay, and now I really managed to open all of these bolts. I was really lucky. Excellent. I am now really happy. And now this is excellent thing. And then next step is to lift up this car body. And let's go to do that. Okay, and in this Mercedes-Benz car we have specific lifting positions in these areas, and let's go to look those areas, because if we install this our jack in wrong position, then this full system can collapse. And that's, let's go to look that in what position I install this my jack. Okay, and this my, I remove little bit this my spare wheel, and in that area we need to go to look in little bit down area in that way. We have to install our head, and in here we have specific position in here. And let's go to look in that area, and this is difficult to see, and we have to install our head in this way that we can see this right position. And let's go to look what it looks like. Okay, and now when we look in this down area, we can see in there the specific, it looks like that specific face, and there is our wheel, and this area, this is this position where I install in this area my jack. And I install that in here and then I lift that up. We have to find that kind of position. And they are easy to see, they are black and plastic. Good, it is nice. Okay, and now I go to install this my jack, and in that area it is good to rotate that so much that this is already a little bit up, because in starting position this is all totally plain. And now when I rotate that, I install this my jack in here. Now I have to install that down in this way. There is this position, and then this is important to install this my crane in this position, that it looks like that, this way. And then I rotate that, I keep my hand. And this is, now it is important to keep this in this black position. And now this my tool start to take contact. And now this my jack start to take contact, and now I only rotate, and soon this my wheel comes up. Carefully, this is the direction, and be ready that this part can collapse, because this is so weak. Let's look at what happens. Very exciting. Okay, everything works fine. Good. And now my wheel and tire is enough up. Excellent. In here. Let's look. Okay, and now this my wheel is really up. And do not ever insert fingers in here. But in that tool, when it manages to go in here, everything is nicely, and my wheel and tire is up and handbrake is on. And now I need to open these bolts totally in that way. And let's look closer when I open those. Okay, and now my purpose is to rotate these all wheels away. Now it opens, good. And then I install these all bolts in same area. And do not install these bolts in sand or mud or any dirty area, because then we have difficulties to install this back. Clean area or inside in car, these bolts. Okay, fourth bolt and then final bolt. Okay, and now wheel opens, excellent. And then I take fingers, and now my wheel is over, excellent. And then my next step is to install this new wheel back. And there is one trick. When we are installing this our new wheel back, we have to look that in what positions these bolt holes are, because this new tire, when I lift that up in that way, I first lift that, and then I have to find these holes, and it is a little bit difficult job, but let's go to look at how it happens. Okay, and now when I have to find these holes, now it is good because I have to install these bolts in here, and I have to find these holes in inner area, and that's I need some light, because otherwise this is difficult to see those holes in there. And this is this difficult part in this Mercedes-Benz, and that's, as we can see, there is no any holes. And now I rotate that my wheel, carefully and normally, and I am looking these holes, and this wheel collapsing down, and I have to lift that up again and rotate that again and again so long time that I can see this hole in here, because now there's no any hole in there. And I am looking those holes, and now I rotate that my wheel again. Okay, and this part is difficult because I have to keep my hand in all time, and this wheel drops really easily, and then I have to check in same time that where are those holes. And now I finally managed to find these holes, and now I can install these bolts in here, and this bolts goes really deeply, and now I have to rotate that and press in same time, and let's look at how I do that. And now I need to all time press that in here, and then I press this my tool in that direction, and I have to keep that feel because it drops so easily. And then when I manage to get this bolt in there, I can rotate that, and I can install second bolt in this way. And all time now I only rotate this in carefully. Do not rotate too much, because otherwise this our jack can collapse. We do that final tight this rotation when wheel is in ground. And be carefully, because this whole system can collapse. And that's, we have to be carefully. And now I have installed all of these 5 bolts, and I rotate a little bit. And now they are nicely good. And then I can lift down my jack. Okay, and now when all bolts are in position, I can take this my tool away, and now I can carefully lift down this wheel, and everything goes nicely. And this way, excellent. And now this my crane is free, and then I only rotate that in lift package. This my crane. It goes very small in that way. Okay, and now crane works well, excellent. And now when car is in ground, next I can do this final togue and tight for this bolts. Now when wheel is in ground, I can test this my tool, and now I need to do this final torch and force in here that I make these bolts tight. And there is idea that when I rotate this one, then I go in another side in here, I rotate that one, and then in here, and in here, and in here, and in that way. Good. And now these bolts are a little bit well, but in emergency case we have to use our foot again in that way, that these bolts are enough tight that they don't open, because if these bolts open, then this wheel flies away, and this is bad and dangerous situation. And in foot, every bolt, when we use our body, one foot is enough in that way. And when we hear this sound, different sound for this little bit higher sound, then we can hear that now this sound. This is well up in that one. This is okay, and then this is fine, and this is fine, excellent. And now this my emergency replace is ready, and we can drive this our car to home garage, and we can repair this bad tire. Okay, thank you my friend, and thumbs up, and see you in next movie.